What's up, everyone? This is Jai Dave. Welcome to the podcast. We have a really fun episode today. I think you're going to love it. I loved it. I just got off the conversation with Mike Finoia. He's a New York City-based comedian. He's a writer for True TVs and Practical Jokers. He's a stand-up comic. And he does all sorts of things. You can look him up, Mike Finoia. And he is also the co-host of the chart-topping Comes a Time podcast, along with Dead and Company, Allman Brothers alum Oteil Burbridge, who, maybe you heard him on this podcast recently. And so Mike does the Comes a Time podcast with Oteil. It's a great podcast. And I can't wait to see Mike live sometime soon. You can check out his website to see his touring dates. But this was a great conversation about, I love comedy personally, and we really talk comedy, but we talk music, we talk art, we talk life, we talk spirituality. It went by like that. It was really, really a beautiful experience for me. I really enjoyed this brother. Clearly beautiful heart, talented comedian, funny person, and also he's a Deadhead. We share the great love of the Grateful Dead, and we talk about that as well towards the end of the podcast. So I think you're really going to enjoy this, and appreciate you all listening. And thank you to the Life Force Academy. This podcast is sponsored by Life Force Academy. And if you want to check Life Force Academy out, it's just $1 to give it a try, to start a 14-day trial. Hey, in just about 15 minutes, you can do the practice to, recharge the body, or to have a good night's rest, or to get up in the morning and do the practice, the Wake Up series, to give you good energy, or if you're feeling overwhelmed, the practice for overwhelm and nervous energies, or work with some of the prosperity practices, or take a class. And really, that's really, to me, what helps to unpack the art of Kundalini Yoga and the science of it. By Life Force Academy, I like to say that the approach to Kundalini Yoga, and not just Kundalini Yoga, but Dharma practice, as we approach it at Life Force Academy. So thanks to everyone at Life Force Academy. That's how this podcast runs. And if you haven't subscribed to the podcast yet, please consider doing that. Leave us a rating or a review. It does help us, helps get it out more. And also, to do that free trial of the Life Force Academy, go to lifeforce.yoga. Lifeforce.yoga is the URL for that. And it's real easy. You don't have to be technologically proficient. You don't have to, never ever tried any of it. It'll meet you right where you're at. But if you're a long-time yoga meditation practitioner, you can go deep with it as well. So it really does meet you where you're at. Life Force Academy. Okay, my friends, enjoy the episode with Mike Finoia. Oh man, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me. It's nice to be on this side of the beard with you. I've been watching learning about a lot on your page.
Oh, really?
You're very insightful, and you're very helpful. I was watching and I'm going to say it wrong, the ashwagandha. Did I say it wrong?
Yeah, ashwagandha, yeah.
I was watching the video you put out about that, because I've been researching various different herbal supplements and different types of, non-over-the-counter stuff, or non-pharmaceutical stuff that you could, use naturally, that people used way before there were chain stores and Walgreens and CVS and stuff around the world.
Yeah. Yeah, and the thing is, they actually work, so well. But what I think is important, for most of us, is we have to, myself included, kind of retrain our minds, how we think about medicine, to really get great use out of herbs. Because, most of us grew up, if I had some sort of infection, then I would, my mom or dad will give me antibiotics. And it actually totally helped, it took the infection away. And so our neurology gets trained to that's what we think of with a medicine. You take it and everything fucking works. right away. But like,
yeah, exactly.
Ashwagandha, for instance, is amazing, but you need to take pretty good doses of it over long periods of time to really like, oh, that's how this works. You know, that's one style of herb at least. So anyways, that's cool that you're checking that stuff out.
It's just interesting to stay informed and to learn more and to, that's one of the, saying you don't know to a lot of things. You have to like be open to learn about a lot of different things and try a lot of different things. And I've been playing around with a lot of different info about that. And it's cool because I know you're not like, you research certain stuff and it's like you can get into a research wormhole.
Yeah.
And it kind of, you just like research yourself even out of it.
Yeah. Well, that's the problem with the age we're living in now. There's so much information that the challenge isn't getting information. The challenge is deciding what information to focus on so that it's practically helpful.
Exactly.
There's so many good things we could be doing.
It's like you're researching amino acids and then it's like, amino acids are great. They've helped. Awful side effects of amino acid. My amino acid horror story. Don't take amino acids. Then it's like, I feel like I just took enough amino acids mentally to, you know what I mean? So it's kind of funny that, it's interesting. You can find the good and the bad in anything nowadays.
Well, that is why I like the ancient stuff though, because people have been using ashwagandha for thousands of years with great effects. Right. And so, it's time tested. And so anyways though, man, one thing, one of the reasons I've been excited to talk to you is just I love comedy, and I always have, and I of course I got exposed to you more through the Grateful Dead circuit and learned about who you were, and have been kind of checking you out since. And I haven't got to see you in person yet. You're back out. You're doing gigs again, aren't you?
Yeah, wherever, it's kind of, coming back slowly and doing a bunch of stuff, in the city, like regularly in New York City, and been doing a couple of, theater shows with, I opened for the guy, one of the guys from The Impractical Jokers, Sal, and I've gotten to do a couple of like theater shows with him and with Dave Attell and some other stuff. So it's been nice. It was interesting. Yeah. Getting back in was weird.
I bet, man. I bet I have a lot of questions about that, but in general, like I'm fascinated by people's paths in general, but really fascinated on the path of the stand-up comic, and not just stand-up. I know you're a writer as well, and just comedy in general.
Okay.
And because I do think it's probably most of us underestimate how difficult it is unless you